Hi, welcome to Harmon Field, week number 9 of high school football in the state of Ohio. A Northwest Conference battle tonight between the Bluffton Pirates at 8-0 and the 4-4 Allen East Mustangs. Hi, everybody. Garrett Manson alongside Darn Evergall, and we're getting down to the nitty-gritty in the end of the NWC. One of the front runners in front of us tonight on homecoming for Bluffton. Allen East, though, they have a chance to really throw a wrench into the Northwest Conference the way the collision course is set up already for next week. Columbus Grove and Bluffton for next week. However, the Mustangs looking to really put the home Pirates to the test tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And if you're Bluffton, you certainly can't look past this Mustang team. I mean, they are 4-4. You know, they've struggled a little bit. They've lost 2 of their last 3. They are 2-3 in the Northwest Conference. But again, they are a team that can surprise you. They've got a couple key players out there, and the Hirschberger kid that can really fly. And he's already had a touchdown on a punt return, a touchdown on a kickoff return, numerous other things you can throw at you. They have a good quarterback who can throw the ball. So, yeah, you don't want to look past this Allen East team. But if you look at Bluffton, I mean, they are definitely on a roll right at the moment.
And we'll dive in a little deeper with our Lima Chevrolet Cadillac keys to the game this evening. The area's premier Chevrolet and Cadillac dealer in the greater Lima area, serving Lima for more than 100 years. We are proud to call this area home. And Dar, let's start on that Allen East side. The visitor Mustangs are 4-4. They're 2-3 in the conference, coming off a big win last week against Jefferson. What are their keys to leave Bluffton with a win?
Well, the first thing for them is no turnovers. You know, you say that, you know, and it's hard for a team not to have a turnover or something like that, but they definitely cannot have any turnovers against this Bluffton team. You cannot give Bluffton any more opportunities than they're going to get. So, you know, that's the first thing you want to do. No turnovers for them. The other thing, you got to hold your assignments. You know, offensively, defensively. You got to be where you're supposed to be and not get pulled away from that area, because Bluffton will just run all over you, because they have several good running backs and a great quarterback as well. So you got to hold your assignments. The last thing is they got to crack this defensive nut. And what I mean by that is you're looking at a Bluffton team that is only giving up 6 points a game, you know, and they rolled over 42 points a game, but they've only given up 6 points a game. And 28 of those points were last week. So apparently Fort Lauderdale figured out a little bit of how to get past them, you know. But in their first 7 games, they only gave up 24 points. So, yeah, you've got to crack that nut. You've got to figure out how to get into the end zone, how to keep your offense on the field as long as you can to keep Bluffton's off the field and just dominate in that way.
On the flip side with Bluffton, we mentioned they're rolling. How do they keep the momentum going?
Well, they're going to dominate the line of scrimmage. That's the first thing that every coach says, that, you know, we got to win the line of scrimmage. But Bluffton dominates the line of scrimmage most of the time. That's on offense and defense. So they want to continue to do that tonight. They want to force this Allen East team into mistakes. And like I said, Allen East has to play a clean game, but you're looking at a Bluffton team that's got a plus 12 turnover ratio. I mean, they force turnovers, and they capitalize on them when they get them. So they're going to try to force those mistakes on Allen East tonight. And the last thing they want to do is they want to take a commanding early lead. They want to get it right off the bat, get a big lead in the first quarter, and kind of, you know, they won't cruise the rest of the way. They don't have a tendency to do that, but they like to get that big lead right off the bat, put the other team on its heels, and then go from there.
There you have it with our keys of the game for Bluffton and Allen East as well. We're getting close to kickoff, and we will have that for you when we come back. Allen East and Bluffton, Northwest Conference football from Harmon Field when we return on WOSN. Starting the football game at Harmon Field, and an onside attempt recovered by the Pirates, so we'll have prime field position to start the football game. Hey, let's get a couple of sponsors in real quick before we start our contest. Our scoreboard sponsor tonight is Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years, with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. And our instant replay sponsor tonight is Rural First, the leader in rural lending. Rural First can help you live closer to what matters.
You know, Garrett, that was interesting. They would start out with a kick like that against this Bluffton team. I don't know why you would want to give Bluffton that kind of advantage.
Here's an end around for Griffin Stackhouse, and he'll tote the football out of bounds across the Allen East 40-yard line. First down on the first play of the football game for Bluffton. 8-0, 9th year under head coach Jeff Richards, and the Pirates at 8-0, 5-0 in the Northwest Conference. Columbus Grove, the remaining team on the schedule. Last week, a 42-28 win. down at Fort Loramie. Quarterback is sophomore Tate Giesige. Over 1,000 yards through the air, and he gives this one to Landon Worcester. He's their leading rusher, almost 600 yards on the year, 8 touchdowns, and he plows his way ahead for a healthy yard gain.
If you look across the board of this Bluffton team, besides having Landon out there and Griffin Stackhouse, you throw in Gieseke as well, can run the ball. I mean, they've got a plethora of running backs that can carry the ball and get yardage for you, but don't hold out on Gieseke because he can throw the ball as well.
He's going to have the fake here, and he's going to have the quarterback run. He's got a block in the flat, and 2 defenders for Allen East bring him down. Miles McDormand and looked like some help from Jackson Friesner on the tackle. First down again for Bluffton, and Dar, you set up the running game so well. There's another feature, another wrinkle to it right there as the Pirates pick up a Lee's first down, and it starts up front. That offensive line, they have great
huge
size.
And Gieseke's ran 62 times. That's his 63rd carry of the season already.
He's going to drop his first pass of the night, and it was in Worcester's direction, incomplete near the goal line. Let's get that starting offensive line some love here. From the left side all the way to the right, it's Mason Shank, a sophomore at 6'1", at 234. Austin Scherger is a senior at left guard. The center is Xavier Diller. He's a senior. Right guard is Braylon Goings. He's a senior, 6', 254, and a 250-pound junior Hunter Betts is on the right tackle. And then they have Gabe Meza in there at tight end on the right side of the line right now. And here's an end around again. Stackhouse, he had the first give. He's able to get around the corner, but good pursuit by Deacon Jones to make that just a short gain for the Pirates.
He was able to slip out of that first tackle, but Deacon Jones just went down the line in a hurry and just caught up with him and stopped that run altogether. Good defensive plays there by Allen East, and they're going to need a whole lot of those tonight, I tell you.
That'll bring up a third down play for Bluffton. At the 24-yard line, Worcester is the running back, along with Gieseke. He's going to fake and scramble for this one. He's close to the marker before a couple of Mustangs caught up to him. We'll see it again on that rural first replay. And it's going to be marked a Lee's first down for the Bluffton Pirates. They're marching their way downfield.
Yeah, they got off to a great field position with that opening kickoff by Allen East to put them right at midfield, starting out this drive, which gave Bluffton that short field, and that's not something you want to do with this Pirate team, who we said comes into this game averaging 47.6 points a game.
Top offensive and defensive statistically on both sides of the football in the Northwest Conference. And there's another rush for Gieseke, and he tiptoes his way into the end zone. And the Pirates first on the board to the Spallinger Millwright score.
And that's Gieseke's 13th touchdown run of the season so far.
13 yards away for Gieseke. He's responsible for a whole lot of scoring. And now the point after try. Jackson Brown will line this one up. Very accurate kicker for Bluffton. Snaps down, kick is away, and is good. So the Pirates with a 7-0 lead on a short field will take the first time out and return. Allen East gets the football next on WOSN. Back at Harmon Field, our touchdown sponsor tonight is Spallinger Millwright Services. Proud to support the Allen East Mustangs. The team at SMS offers quality products from fabrication to installation, located on Hanthorn Road and online at spallinger.com. And our quarter sponsor here in the first is Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com.
It'll be interesting to see how Bluffton handles this kickoff. Try to keep it away from Hirschbarger as much as they can.
Dangerous returner. And this one will go to the direction of Jackson Friesner, and he'll be stopped after a short return. And now we're getting our first look at the Allen East offense, coming in at 4-4. under head coach Joe Billings. 5th season at the helm for Coach Billings. 35-21 record. A couple of Northwest Conference titles in the trophy case in Allen East under his leadership. Last week, a 41-0 win against Delpha's Jefferson. And they're led on offense by quarterback, another sophomore, Keegan Jones. 58% completion percentage, almost 1,000 yards through the air. 8 touchdowns to 4 picks. And they're going to line them up for their first offensive play of the night. Down 7, and a little end around. Friesner on the outside, and he is going to be tackled near the 25. Bluffton swarmed with the football, but a healthy gain for the Mustangs.
Well, you saw a little bit of the speed that Friesner has getting around to the outside, but you also saw the speed of the Bluffton defensive line as well to get down there on him. You know, Allen East just needs to, keep their offense on the field as long as they can. I mean, they've got to have some long, sustained drives and then get some points at the end of that. Just keep this Bluffton offense off the field. It's a tough thing to do when you got a Bluffton defense that's only giving up 6 points a game,
right,
and is first in every defensive category in the Northwest Conference. But it's something you really got to have the mental state to do.
Yeah, the Pirates leading the conference, and a hard snap is going to draw the first penalty. We'll see if it's going to be offensive or defensive. But while Bluffton leads the conference in a lot of offensive categories, the Mustangs not far behind in several of those. They're third in scoring, 32 points a game. They're second in passing offense, 169 yards a contest. And they run it for 152 a night. They're going to get the benefit of a Bluffton offside penalty, and they're going to be just a yard away from a Lee's first down. Here's the snap for Jones. He slings this one out to the right, incomplete, looking for Ethan Young. And 3rd and 1 on the way for Allen East.
That was only the 24th penalty for Bluffton this season, lowest in the Northwest Conference. So they don't make mistakes like that too often. So when you can have them make a mistake like that, you got to capitalize on it right now.
They have any extra field position you can grab is going to be at an advantage, especially early in the football game.
Well, if you look at the defensive linemen for this Bluffton team, they've got 3 linebackers out there really that can hammer you down.
Pinks is in the backfield, but rolling out for Jones. He scrambles, making something happen, but it is Landon Worcester that comes up with a big defensive play. You see it again on the roll first replay. He's able to break free from his block outside, and look at that disruption. You look at that, Sawyer Bowling kind of cut the angle off for Jones, and Worcester was there to take advantage.
Yeah, you might have been able to turn it up there a little bit quicker than that before Landon got to him. He might have got the first down, but that's hard to see when all you can see is the red right in front of you.
And Mustangs are set to punt this football away. Had a 3rd and 1. And the punt goes in the air off of Lane Wildemuth and near midfield. And we're going to get another short field for the Pirates as Quinn Eachus let that football fall. And now the Pirates will reset offensively. Dar, the defense, after getting that penalty, though, they reacted. Were able to get that football back.
Well, like I said, Garrett, they've got linebackers on this Bluffton team that just dominate from back there. I mean, they got a huge defensive line, no doubt about that, but their linebacking core is really what carries this defense for Bluffton, because they are just all over the place. They've got speed, they've got some size, they've got great instincts on the ball. So, you got to get past those linebackers.
Here's the snap and a throw and a dart to Eachus over the middle of the field. And a quick little slant play, see it again. Well executed, man. Just threaded the needle. And Bluffton marches forward for 13.
Perfect timing play right there. You had your receiver cutting across the field. You just laid it right out there where he's at, right in between 2 defenders. Just a perfect play all the way around for Bluffton.
Now they'll march back up to the football at the 39. And Tate Giesecke running this offense, and we got a whistle to blow the play dead. Looks like going to be movement. And actually encroachment on Allen East. Give a chance to line up the starters on defense. Braylon Paxton, Lane Wildemuth, and Kaiden Culberson up front. Ethan Hirschberger, Miles McDormand, Jacob Pinks in the linebacking core. And then the back half, Deacon Jones, Jackson Friesner, Cam Smith, Braxton Montgomery, and Levi Nichols. Now, those are the first 11 projected for Allen East we have seen out here tonight. Gonna have one receiver each side for the Pirates. Turning to give to Worcester, and he barrels his way ahead. It's gonna be close, but he needs more than the 30, and that's where he's at right now on second down. But the Pirates have another play to work with.
Landon Worcester is, he's 70 carries coming in this game, 590 yards, averages about 8 yards a carry, and he's got 8 touchdowns. But he is the workhorse for this Bluffton team. I mean, he's a big kid. You're looking at him, he's 5'11", 200 pounds, but he's solid all the way around, and he's the guy they count on to get those extra few yards when they need a first down.
So they'll call the downhill option. And Eachus was the intended target, but a bear paw heads into the air. Hunter Nichols batted that football out of the air for Allen East. Nice play by the Mustangs.
Good instinct by Hunter Nichols. Just get a hand on that thing to knock it down. That's the same kind of play they were trying to run. They ran earlier on, and this time Allen East was able to snuff it out.
3rd and 1. Avery Sprunger, Brody Anderson check into the football game personnel-wise on the receiving corps for Bluffton. 3rd and 1 at the 30. Worcester is the tailback with Giesecke. And Worcester the carry. He's got the Lee's first down and some more, and potentially a touchdown-saving tackle by Deacon Jones.
Yeah, Deacon Jones taking that trip up there when Jacob Pink's right alongside of him. But that's, the holes that this Bluffton offensive line opens up for him, because he just cut back across the field and just had a huge hole to run right through.
Pirates now inside the red zone here at Harmon Field. And here's the snap. And this time the handoff goes to Parker Lavelle, and he's got a good head of steam, pushing inside the 10. And Lavelle, who's over 600 yards on the year down after that carry. A little thunder and lightning.
A little bit. He's got 8 touchdowns as well this season, so they like to spread it out with their running backs, and they do a great job of it. And then if you want to, you let your quarterback run, after you get tired of passing it, hand it off to the other guys.
Ball set up here at the 4-yard line. Giesecke under center. He's going to give it to Worcester, and he pushes his way into the end zone for another Bluffton score. Found that hole on that left side, well opened up between center and left guard. And another Spallinger-Millwright touchdown for the Pirates.
Yeah, you can't give this offensive line more credit, than they deserve. I mean, these guys just open up holes for these running backs, and you look at the numbers for the running backs and you say, wow, these guys really, racking up some yardage. Well, give credit to the guys in front of them, because they are really opening up holes.
Point after, just as good as the first one. 14-0 Pirates over the Allen East Mustangs. We'll take a break. Kickoff is next on WOSC. Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton is your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items, open 7 days a week, 9 to 8. Pirates premier sponsor tonight, and Bluffton. They're showing the firepower early, mostly on the ground. 14-0 lead here in the first half of the first quarter. And a deep kickoff going to be returned. Jackson Friesner on the run up for Allen East. And the first opposition drags him down near the 22, and that's where Allen East will start their new drive. And Dar here for the Mustangs down 2 possessions early, looking for some first downs, some rhythms, and, points.
Just anything.
Yeah, that's
get a first down for one thing. And I noticed that, again, they kicked away from Hirschberger. They're not going to kick him the ball on kickoffs. One of these times you'll see those two switch and see what Bluffton does in that case. But Allen East just has to get some kind of confidence built right now. Like we talked about, one of the things that keys was for Bluffton get out to an early commanding lead, and they're doing that already. Allen East has to counter.
And for the Mustangs, a big drive offensively. Keegan Jones at the controls, takes the snap, hands this one off to Miles McDormand, and he kind of runs a counter to the right. Might have had some space, but he bounces it out, gets a couple more yards. Looked like maybe could have been a broken play, but he turns that into something. Good pursuit by Carson Cruz.
Yeah, Carson Cruz, one of their better safeties out there for Bluffton, and he really gets down the line on that as well. But, a nice play there by McDormand to get down there and just get some positive yardage out of that.
Here are the fellows pushing up front for that. For the Allen East Mustangs, from left tackle R.J. Davies is a senior, Lane Wildemuth is a senior, Dakota Henry in the middle is a senior, lone sophomore on that offensive line is Jacob Williams, and Ben McFarland at right tackle. There are the five up front. Another play finds Miles McDormand.
And that was a good pass play there by Allen East. Nothing fancy, just tried to get the first down. They got McDormand out there in the flat, and he just laid it right into him. He had some red shirts around him, but it was a perfect pass into him. Like I said, nothing fancy, just get your first down, and that's a big momentum builder for you when you're down 14-0 already.
One of the top rushers, over 5 yards a carry in the football game tonight. Here's the snap, give to McDormand. A lot of red shirts there near the offensive line. We'll meet the Bluffton defense here in just a moment, but the Mustangs got their first down of the night, and now you're at a chance to just keep pushing that football forward.
Yeah, it's going to be tough ground to get, up the middle like that to try to get any against this Bluffton defensive line. But you really got to do that, just kind of soften them up, keep them honest before you can go to the outside. Otherwise, they'll just slide down the outside on you.
So 2nd and 9. Allen East spreads it out, and hard footing for Keegan Jones. He went to scramble and ends up getting sacked for a big loss.
Maybe been one of the ghosts of Harmon Field.
Yes.
We just saw right there, tripped him up back there. We heard that speech before the game started, but this being the 100th year of Harmon Field.
Big celebration and the makeup of homecoming nights here today as well. Busy, bustling Bluffton downtown through the streets and into the friendly confines here at Harmon Field. 3rd and very long for the Mustangs. Evan Grothaus, Mason Shank, Ethan Colai, Xavier Diller, Griffin Stackhouse, Landon Worcester, Noah Brickner, Javen Crofus, Carson Cruz, Quinn Eaches, Brody Anderson, the starting 11 for Bluffton tonight defensively. And Allen East is going to take a timeout to talk this one over. And that's your financial services break in the action. We'll step aside as well and come back to Harmon Field and Bluffton, WOSN. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. And R.D. Jones Excavating, serving your excavating needs for more than 50 years, is your Allen East premier sponsor tonight. Visit R.D. Jones Excavating online to set up your next excavation project for your home or business. Good luck to all area athletes, and go Mustangs. Mustangs having to try to make up a 3rd and long. Quarterback Keegan Jones picks up several yards to get back near the original line of scrimmage, but it'll still be 4th down for the Mustangs. And what is largely a kind of a field position play. Now they have a chance to push Bluffton back and a little further back beyond about the 45 plus has been about where the first 2 drives have started. And a dangerously close to being blocked punt. Eaches on the return. He gets whacked at the 38. And some help for Allen East comes in to drop him at the 37.
Yeah, Griffin Stackhouse almost got his hand on that one there, which would have been disastrous for Allen East. still, it's good, again, good field position for Bluffton to start this drive as well.
Well, the Pirates are 2 for 2 starting the football game tonight. We're seeing their explosive, or maybe, explosive right now, not the word, but they have been efficient. They're running, they're getting good chunks on the ground, putting themselves in short third and short situations. Good offensive football so far.
Yeah, good workmanship, really for him. I mean, just you got to get to him.
Giesecke scoots out of bounds.
But it's just, nothing, like you said, Garrett, nothing fancy yet. I mean, they've had a couple nice passes over the middle, but mostly it's been their running game, which has been their MO all season long. It's just, keep handing it off to different guys and let them run the ball. But, you wear a defense down really quickly with this kind of offense that they run. And it's noticeable when you get into the second half, that they rack up some points in the second half. But, if you cannot stop this run, you're going to be in for a long night.
3 different rushers over 500 yards, and here's one of them in Landon Worcester. Bounces it out beyond midfield and the 40. It's a Lee's first down and some more. He's been the workhorse early on here for Bluffton, setting the tone for the Pirates. And the combination of Friesner and Jones ride him to the sideline.
Well, when you look at the stat sheets for Bluffton's running backs and their quarterback, 500 yards here, 500 yards here, 500 yards here. Nobody really taking like a 1,000-yard run or anything like that. You just split it out between all of them.
Here's this look for Giesecke, and he finds Parker Lavelle along the sideline. Very patient throw. We can see that again. Yeah, here it is. He kind of thought about, got a better opening beyond the defender, right over top of Levi Nichols. And Lee's first down for the Pirates.
And you got to give credit on that play right there, big 55 for Bluffton, Mason Shank, because he was in a battle to protect his quarterback and give his quarterback all the time in the world to throw the ball.
And the give here to Lavelle, and he could not split the tacklers. He had 2 barreling down on him.
Braylon Paxton in on the tackle there.
Great stop for Paxton, their leading tackler on the campaign.
Downey's going to have to figure a way to get into that backfield a little bit quicker because they can't give Giesecke that much time to throw.
Final minute of the opening quarter. And an end around. This one's going to go to Noah Brickner. Try to cut it back in. He's still on his feet, and he gets into the end zone for the Bluffton touchdown. A 17-yard end around to Noah Brickner. And the Pirates, their third Spallinger Millwright touchdown of the night.
A couple big blocks out there for the Pirates to open that up for Brickner. Number 1, Parker Lavelle. And nice block here to open up a little bit of a hole there, and then he had a couple big guys finish it off and be able to get Noah Bricker into the end zone.
Jackson Braun will line it up, and a penalty flag on the PAT. It's a movement from Bluffton. We'll have to try it again. Bluffton with touchdown runs in this first quarter of 13 yards, 4 and 17 by 3 different players. A lot of options and so many ways that they can attack you.
Yeah, you can't key on any one player, that's for sure. Like I said,
and a blocked PAT. Jacob Pinks broke through there. The penalty pushes the Pirates back, and then Pinks comes through. Maybe that's the spark that Alan East is looking for. We'll take a timeout and return. They'll get the ball when we return on WOSN. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wampanoag, Delphus, and St. Mary's is your first down sponsor tonight. Call Lee's for your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken for home style happens here. Pirates have churned out several of them tonight on their way to a 21-0 start. Allen East will get the football back. 33 seconds left on the first quarter clock.
Yeah, there's really no wind tonight, so flags are completely still, so quarter breaks aren't going to make that much difference.
Here's the run up for Friesner, and he's going to get cut down. Griffin Stackhouse got in there on the tackle, and the Mustangs will take over on offense. Looking for some points, 20-0 football game. The last drive, incrementally better than the first. Looking for continual improvement here.
Well, one of the things Allen East has to learn tonight quickly is that you're not going to outrun these guys around the edge. You watch Fischner on that kickoff try to go to the outside and he dropped back a little bit, going the wrong direction, and then try to come back up again. And he lost yardage that he probably could have kept going north to south.
Here's a good first down run for the Mustangs. Jacob Pinks on the rush. I believe one of his first carries of the evening. And that likely to be our last play of the quarter. Mustangs staying in the huddle here, but a 3-score first for Bluffton. We'll change sides and change quarters. And the Pirates and Allen East will re-rack them here for the second quarter starting shortly on WOSN. Second quarter action from Harmon Field. Our quarter sponsor, Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com. Changing ends on the field with Allen East with the football. Quarterback Keegan Jones scrambles, and he gets a dart into the hands of Ethan Young near the sideline.
Pretty close to a first down.
It's going to be close. I think they're going to move the sticks. They do. Yep. And a Lee's first down for Allen East to start the second quarter.
Good job by the quarterback, Keegan Jones, just to get out of the way of the two Bluffton guys that were rushing in on him and still be able to deliver that football. When you're running for your life back here all the time, it's kind of hard to find your receivers, but he did a nice job there just to get the first down. And that's got to be a little bit of a confidence builder for you if you're Allen East at this stage.
Mustangs again entered at 4-4 on the year. There's the snap. And Jones flushed out, and
nice grab
catch by Levi Nichols on the run. And he's going to be close to a first down. Let's look at that again. The good rush for Bluffton. Kind of an off-balance throw. Not an easy football to catch.
No, he just reached up and pulled it right out of the air. Just great job between the quarterback and the receiver on that one.
Evan Grothaus had the pressure from Bluffton. And it's another Lee's first down for the Mustangs. Nichols just his fourth catch of the year.
Well, Jones realizes how fast he's got to get rid of that football every time now because there's always at least two guys in red coming right at him.
Hard snap. Bluffton stays honest. Grothaus broke through again.
Nice
and
job.
Another completion along the sideline. This one's by Deacon Jones. He's their leading receiver. 8 catches coming in with 379 yards. 18 catches for 379. 3 touchdowns through the air as well. Gets about 3 on that first down play.
But the key for Allen East right at the moment is they're completing passes. They're getting guys open. They're getting the ball to them. Now that in there, he lost a couple yards because he kind of ducked under and tried to go back and come back forward again. Again, that's going to cost you some yardage, unless you can really break out of those tackles, which Bluffton is a great tackling team.
Jones rolls out. Got pressure coming, steps up from the pressure, and he's going to get some yardage out of this.
He got a first down out of that unless they spot him.
It was Noah Brickner on that blindside pressure. Good awareness for Jones to tuck it and run. Eventually tracked down by Ethan Colai. 3rd and 1 here for Allen East. They're 2 yards shy of midfield.
Yeah, Ethan Colai out there, a senior, 6'4", 187 pounds, and he was coming hard on that one. I don't even know if Jones even knew he was there. I mean, he just saw that he didn't have any receivers and just tucked it in and took off with it.
It's Jacob Pinks as the running back. He's going to get the give here, but a good initial push for Bluffton defensively. Grotehouse and Carson Cruz broke through. Allen East loses a yard, and it's punt time for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Evan Grotehouse, the junior, 6 foot, 192 pounds, and he was in there in a hurry. It's almost like he knew exactly where that run was going to go.
So out to do the punt duties, Lane Wildemuth. And Quinn Eachis is back, and it's going to be a fake.
They got it.
Snap to the up man. I think the Mustangs are going to move the chains here. Jacob Pinks. Offense is marching back onto the field. Officials haven't made a ruling yet, but they're going to have to measure this one up. It is very close. Nose of the football is on the 49. That is looking downfield. That's right where the chains are.
Yeah, it all came down to the spot. Now we'll see what happens when they bring the chains out. But boy, that is about as close as you can get.
Jacob Pinks on the fake.
And if you're Allen East, hey, why not? You
Yes.
got to try everything you can, pull every play out of the book.
Yep.
Even go back to the back of the book if you have to, just make the plays.
Well, even the very outset of the football game, they begin with the onside try. And this is going to be a couple of links short.
Whoa.
Bluffton will get the football and the turnover on down. And Allen East. And then they had a dandy of a play call there to dial that one up. Just came about half a foot short, and they were close to marching into Bluffton territory for the first time tonight.
Well, it all came down to where the spot was, and it looked like it was spotted a little bit short. But hey, it's a nice play by Allen East, a nice heads-up try for the first down.
There's the snap for Giesecke. He thought about airing it out. Now he goes long, and he's got an open man. And Quinn Eachis had to come back to the football, but he grabbed it, and he's inside the 20. Big first down. Look at that.
That's a great play by Eachis, too, because when you see your quarterback scrambling around back there, he did exactly what you need to do. He came back to get the ball, and meantime, the defensive back went running right past him, and then he was left wide open. Just smart play by the wide receiver to come back and find himself in an opening.
Longest pass play of the night for the Pirates. You don't see a lot of those throws turn out that way. Now Worcester, a little hesitation move on the edge. Brought down on the second group of tacklers. Second down coming up for Bluffton.
That's the all-important thing is you got to wrap up on your tackles, guys. You can't think you're going to just knock into their legs, knock them out from under them because they're too strong, on these running backs for Bluffton. So you've got to wrap it up.
Got a man in motion, and it is a give to Griffin Stackhouse. He's trying to turn the corner, gets by one, and finally Jacob Pinks lays a hat on him and spins him out of bounds.
Yeah, Deacon Jones had a shot at him, but he was able to spin around. Stackhouse was able to get away from him, and get that extra yardage. Now 3rd and 1 now. Bluffton now sitting at the 6-yard line, knocking on the door again.
Got to pick up the 5. Yeah, a little hesitation, handoff. It's going to be close, but Bluffton looks short. Good push up front for Allen East.
Like Braylon Paxton again on that tackle.
So 4th and 1 for Bluffton.
This would be huge if they could hold these guys right here.
Looks like they're thinking about going for it. They grab an extra offensive lineman. Evan Grotehouse into the game on the left edge. And Giesecke under center. Hand off to Lavelle. First down and more. He's in. Another touchdown run for Bluffton, their fourth different player to run in a score. And Lavelle, it's his team leading among the running backs, team leading of the ninth of the season. Giesecke leading overall with 12 rushing scores. But another Spallinger-Millwright touchdown tonight for the Pirates.
Now this Pirate offense is just a nightmare to try to prepare for because you can't really key on any one player or even two players.
And another
no
point
block.
after. Yep, gets blocked. And it's Jacob Pinks again. Comes at the 6:51 mark of the second quarter. Take a timeout and return to Bluffton after this on WOSN. Tonight's replays are brought to you by Roll First, the leader in rural lending. Roll First can help you live closer to what matters.
Well, you look at that second block point after now for Bluffton. Now, that may not be a big thing in this game right at the moment or even throughout this game, but you still got Columbus Grove down the pike as your final game of the regular season. Something is being a breakdown somewhere in that Bluffton offensive line to keep, allowing these guys to get in there and block it. You can't have that happen against a team like Columbus Grove where you're going to find yourself in big trouble.
And those were the two losses a year ago for the Pirates. One in the regular season, another in the regional final. And both were very close games, 7-point football games and points at a premium. And here's the kickoff again, and a return for the Mustangs. Jackson Friesner has been the one they've kicked towards all night, and it's a good return over the 35, and the Mustangs with some of their best field position of the game to start this new drive.
Well, good for him. I mean, they keep kicking it to him. He says, by golly, I'm going to run this one back on you. You want to keep kicking it to me? I'll make something happen, and that's what Jackson was able to do on that play. Ethan Hirschberger has been really quiet all night long. They have really not been able to use him for much of anything.
They have him in the slot here to the right as the Mustangs set up on first down. Miles McDormand is in the backfield with the quarterback, Keegan Jones. They're ready, and a fumbled snap. Mustangs just fall on top of it to hold on to the football. So crisis averted, but a loss of 6.
That's the third fumble this season for Allen East. They have lost 2 of those, but they do have a +4 turnover ratio, so they, doing pretty well in that department. But what kills you on that one there is the fact that you just kills your momentum right there. I mean, just stops you right there. Now you got a 2nd and 16.
We're halfway through the second quarter. There's the snap for Jones. He drops back to throw, has a completion to Pinks, and he's quickly wrapped up, but we have a couple of flags that have come in.
Got a face mask for one thing.
One was back near the quarterback after he made the throw.
You might think that might be a hold on the offense, but then you got a face mask on the defense, I think.
Crew will sort this one out. See if this is going to be a recovery from the snap or the fumbled snap, or push the Mustangs back even further. We'll take a look.
Well, Bluffton guys are moving backwards, so they anticipate that it's going to be against them.
The first flag is getting picked up, and the second is going to be a face mask against the Pirates. And so that will give the 5 yards to the end of the play.
2nd and 9 now for Allen East, so they got part of that back.
emptying out the backfield now. Here's the snap. And Jones just tucks and runs. Slides down shy of the 45, but good play. This took advantage of just a good push by the Bluffton defense and take every yard you can get.
That was a good job by the offensive line for Allen East too, because they kind of pushed the Bluffton defenders away from the quarterback and kind of opened up that little hole for him.
Third down play for Allen East. Now look at Bluffton really packing it in defensively as this one goes to Pinks, and a big stand for the Pirates. Parker Lavelle helped finish that tackle.
Carson Cruz in there first.
Yep. They tag team up and drive near midfield has been halted there. And
big decision time now for Allen East. You're down 26-0. 4.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter.
And they are going, needing 1 yard. Fake punt last time with the football fell about a half foot short, and it's going to be about that much of a difference again. Jacob Pinks, a good forward push, but good penetration by the Bluffton front four. Looks like it's going to be, see how they mark it. And they're going to call the, yep, they're going to get the chain gang out to double check this one. Well, Allen East, a year ago, they 2 games to go in the season already. Already matching last year's win total of 4-7. Got into the postseason for the 5th year in a row last year. Came out, started 2-0. Had a back-to-back losses to Indian Lake LCC, then had a big win over Crestview. And that last play short, giving the ball back to Bluffton.
And he's currently sitting 15th in the region, Division
right
6,
there,
Region 22.
Yep.
So.
Yep, right there on that cut line. Here's the snap and the throw. Caught by Noah Brickner. He turns on the Jets, takes off. Yeah, pick up about 16 on a first down play. Little slip screen on that end of the line. Turned it upfield.
Well, if you're Jeff Richards and the Bluffton Pirate coaching staff, this is what you've got to do. You got to open up your playbook a little bit. You know what's coming next week. You know you got to use every play you've got in that book. You know, you've already established the run. You know you can do that. So you're going to turn your quarterback loose a little bit.
Here's Giesecke. And a nice catch along the sideline, and an even better move by Griffin Stackhouse. Stayed inbounds, kept the play alive, and he gets the score, a 24-yard touchdown from Tate Giesecke. Heck of a move, walking that tightrope. And the Pirates score again with 3:59 left on the second quarter clock.
Well, the 17th touchdown pass by Tate Giesecke as well. He's only thrown 1 interception this season, which is remarkable.
The 11th receiving score by Stackhouse.
We'll see who's all over Pinks on this one here.
That's right. Here's the snap, and the kick is through for Jackson Braun. 20, make that 32-0 for, make that 33 for Bluffton. We'll take the timeout after that Spallinger Millwright touchdown. We'll return to Harmon Field on WOSN. Spallinger Millwright Services is proud to support the Allen East Mustangs tonight. Team at SMS offers quality products from fabrication and installation located on Hanthorne Road and online at spallinger.com. Also, our premier sponsor tonight for the Bluffton Pirates is Springfield Fireworks in Bluffton. They're your one-stop shop for the largest selection of fireworks and novelty items. Open 7 days a week, 9 to 8. Pirates 33-0. As we approach halftime, just under the 4-minute mark in the second quarter. Garrett Mansfield with Dar Nevergall.
Like you said, Garrett, a lot of fireworks.
Yes.
Springfield must be happy right now.
And Bluffton's been doing it somewhat quietly with the ground game, but effectively, extremely effectively. That was that last touchdown. Giesecke to Stackhouse. About as explosive of a pass play we've seen tonight. And here's the Allen East offense.
Well, Jackson Friesner must have made an impression on him on his last kickoff return, because they just kicked that one to Ethan Hirschberger.
And Hirschberger with a couple of touchdowns in the return game this year. That's the reason for the avoidance. But here, Allen East, from the 32, the last couple of possessions, they've gotten the football near midfield before the Pirates stand tall. A couple of fourth down plays have come up just shy. Here's Keegan Jones, running the offense for the Mustangs. A little pitch as they get the ball in the hand of Friesner, trying to get around the corner, but a heck of a pursuit by Noah Brickner, and a loss for Allen East.
Just great speed by this defense for Bluffton. I mean, they just get down there in a hurry. And they had that play set up, Allen East did, with having number 5 out there, Ethan Young, leading it, being on this side as their lead blocker. It should, the running back, be able to get around that corner, but there was no way.
From the 27, second and long. With McDormand in the backfield. Jones with a pump fake. Has a blocker and a little bit of time. Tries to escape, and he's dropped. At the 50, Brody Summers. Third down play for Allen East coming up. And behind the sticks like this, it's not a whole lot of options to go to. These downs and distances.
Well, it's obvious the defense knows what you're going to
Yep.
do, and you have to do. And so far, he hasn't been able to really get out without having to scramble for his life back there. But
bring 4. There comes a late flag as the completion goes to Miles McDormand. Gabe Meza on the tackle, but let's see what this infraction will be.
I think he's calling it a hold on Allen East, which means Bluffton will probably decline that.
That is the call, and it will be declined. Fourth down, Allen East. It'll be 4th and 8 from the 34. 2:21 left in the second quarter.
And good in field position again for Bluffton after this punt. He should field it probably, I would guess, around the 40-yard line.
Quinn Eachus back to receive it. Lane Wildemuth will punt again. And we have a whistle with the Pirates wanting to take a timeout. They're brought to you by Metzger Financial Services here tonight. And we'll step out and return to Harmon Field after this on WOSN. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. And the punt brought back for Bluffton, maybe a yard or two to the 37-yard line. And with just under 2 minutes to go before halftime, the Pirates looking to add to their lead of an impressive first half. They've had the football 5 times. They've resulted in 5 touchdowns. The only blemish has been a couple of point-after attempts blocked.
Now it'll be interesting to see what Jeff Richards wants to do. You've got less than 2 minutes left here in the first half. You're up 33-0. Do you go back to your running game just to run the clock out? Or do you turn your quarterback loose some more and let him throw the ball?
So here he's going to throw. Got a clean pocket. Fires a
Oh,
completion.
man.
Griffin Stackhouse got loose in the flats and gets a big chunk of yardage. Look at the protection here for Bluffton.
He's getting great protection, but he's also, you've watched him here, he was looking left the whole time, which brought Alan East's defending backs towards this way, and then he turns around and hits Stackhouse out there in the flat out there on the right side. Great job by this young quarterback. I mean, he's a sophomore.
Now the Pirates are in business after the big play to start the drive. Here's a snap for Giesecke, and it's high and in between two defenders, Hirschberger and Hunter Nichols.
I'll tell you what, if Hirschberger had picked that off, that was touchdown all the way. With the speed that he's got, nobody in front of him on that side, he would have been able to turn that corner and be gone.
Giesecke's been picked off just one time. He'll settle in on a second down. Clock stopped at 1:43. He'll roll out to the left and completes to Brickner. He'll be close to the first down marker, ridden down by Nichols and company. Really getting another Lee's first down for the Pirates. And it looks like they want to take their next timeout and talk this one over. To Metzger's timeout down on the field. We'll step out also watching high school football tonight on WOSN. Back at Harmon Field, where R.D. Jones Excavating is the premier community sponsor tonight for Allen East, serving your excavating needs for more than 50 years. Visit R.D. Jones Excavating online to set up your next excavation project for your home or business. Good luck to all area athletes, and go Mustangs. First down play for Bluffton, and that ball nearly intercepted. Deacon Jones had it in the breadbasket and lost it.
That's twice now that Allen East has had an opportunity to pick off Giesecke.
And second down for Bluffton. That stops the clock again at 1:29.
That's one of those cases where you think you see the open field in front of you and you concentrate on that and you forget to catch the football first.
Empty backfield. And a little quick pass caught by Worcester. And it takes 3 Mustangs to get him to the turf. Be close to a Lee's first down.
Got the freshman out there, Cam Smith, first one to hit him.
And it is going to be enough for a Lee's first down. 120 and rolling for the Bluffton offense. Parker Lavelle in the backfield with the quarterback, Giesecke. He's going to get the handoff here, gets out of some contact in the backfield, but still dropped for a loss. Allen's defense rallies to the ball carrier. And second and long on the way in the final minute of the second quarter.
Yeah, Bluffton wants to get us another score in here. They're hustling to the line.
And here there is a completion. Brickner steps out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 47 seconds left. They're going to get that lost yardage back and then some. So bring up third and short, and they're actually going to have enough for at least first down.
Well, it's a great combination between the quarterback and the receivers on this Bluffton team. I mean, he's laying it right into their hands.
Here's the handoff.
Oh,
Stackhouse,
nice job.
and he's blown up in the backfield. Levi Nichols broke through the block of Brickner. And a big play on defense for Allen East. They're trying to halt the Pirates from finishing off this drive, but they're going to use the last of their 3 timeouts here. And we'll talk it over. Timeouts brought to you by Metzger Financial Services. We'll pause and return to Bluffton after this on WOSN. Our scoreboard sponsor tonight is Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years. With offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton. Our first down partner for the evening, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wampauck, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all of your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens here. Incomplete pass for Bluffton out of that last stoppage. And with 22.5 seconds to go before halftime, backed up a bit, but have 2 downs to try to gain 16 yards. And from a timing standpoint, now with no timeouts, might be all you have time for.
Yeah, maybe, you know, unless you can get one over the sideline, getting out of bounds.
Here's the snap. Pressure coming, but a good throw off, and it's caught by Riley Eaches over the middle for the Bluffton touchdown. A 16-yard strike with a defender barreling in at the quarterback. And it was just a game of inches on both ends of that play, but a flag is down, and they're going to wipe out the score. It's a holding call against the Pirates. An impressive play, but now you can wipe it out of the box score.
Well, that's always tough for the offensive line because, you know, when your quarterback has to scramble back there, you're trying to look for everybody to block, and you know, it usually ends up in a hold of some kind because, you know, you're just trying to stop the guys from getting in on your quarterback.
So 3rd and 25 is the down and distance. Pass goes to Eaches, and he's able to get out of bounds. It sets up a 4th down play from the 15-yard line, 11.5 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Bluffton has scored on every possession.
Are they going to try a field goal?
That could be the play here. It is. Jackson Braun.
Got their kicker out there.
They're going to line him up for a 32-yard attempt. And he boots it through, but we're going to get offside against Allen East, so they're going to make this a little closer. Now make the attempt a little closer now for Bluffton.
Well, this is a great idea by the Pirates. I mean, see what your kicker can do. I mean, you may need him next week to do just this.
10.5 seconds to go before the half. Good snap, good hold. The kick's on the way, and it's good. From 27, Jackson Braun knocks it through for the Bluffton Pirates. And they'll kick it off when we come back. 36-0 lead for Bluffton nearing halftime on WOSN. Back at Harmon Field, and our annual funding campaign starts next week for the TV44 family. Our goal is to raise $175,000 or more by the end of the year. Our donations stay local and our uses support WTLW and WOSN. Donate today at axministries.com. Kickoff coming up for the Bluffton Pirates, a 27-yard field goal. Makes us a 36-point spread right before the halftime break. Kicker will run up and get this one into the hands of Ethan Hirschberger. Good returner, and he's brought down with 1.4 to go. One more snap in this first half, and then it'll be time to regroup at halftime for Allen East. But an impressive first half for the Bluffton Pirates. They are showing exactly how they got to be 8-0. Good run game, established everything. They've opened it up with the passing game here in the second quarter, and just a well-oiled machine so far.
So far they have been, and that's why they're sitting currently second in Division 6, Region 22. You know, and this is a good game for them to experiment with a lot of different things they've tried. Kicking that field goal at the end, that's a smart move on their part. Let your kicker get some experience on kicking field goals, you know, and your running game's been on full blast all night.
Got a handoff for Jacob Pinks, staying on his feet, and he'll be just shy of midfield on a great run, but that has been the story of the first half for the Allen East Mustangs. Have not quite been able to crack the middle of the field, and they'll try to change that in the second half, but the Pirates, a tremendous first 2 quarters, 36-0 at halftime at Harmon Field. Second half action comes your way next on WOSN. Back at Bluffton, where the Bluffton Pirates have a 36-0 lead over the Allen East Mustangs at halftime, and our Lima Chevrolet Cadillac halftime show. They are our area premier Chevrolet and Cadillac dealer in the greater Lima area, serving Lima for more than 100 years. We are proud to call this area home. Garrett Manto with Dar Nevergall tonight, and Dar, just to set up that first half, you have 5 different players find the end zone for Bluffton, and then they tacked on a field goal at the end. Kind of showed us everything almost in the first 2 quarters, doing it through the ground game, getting that established, and then through the air.
Yeah, they've done everything offensively and defensively that they need to do. You know, you look at Allen East. What Allen East really needs right now is a shot of some kind. You know, shot in their arm. You know, some kind of positive. They got to get some positives out of this second half. You know, it's an Allen East team that can score. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they average about 321 yards. You know, total yards per game, so they can score. You know, they just haven't been able to get that crack through. You know, they get a good play here, but they don't seem to get any kind of momentum from that play. So they've got to figure out a way to just get into the end zone, or at least get some positives here in the second half. You know, I look at Bluffton, and right now, your dilemma if you're Bluffton, you're up 36-0, you're going into the second half. You know, and we've talked about it. You know what you've got next week coming up with Columbus Grove. Everything's going to be on the line. Do you get complacent in the second half and play some of your second stringers and other guys into the game, or do you keep your offense out there and defense out there, your first teams, and let them play, you know, at least through the third quarter? So, you know, it's a fine line between the two. You don't want to see guys get hurt, you know, which is, you know, going into that key game next week, but at the same time, you want to give your guys an opportunity to play. So, you know, for them, you saw what they did start out. The first quarter, they started out running the ball, you know, built the running game. Then they opened it up for their quarterback to throw after that. You know, I look for them to come back out in the second half, pretty much the same memo. We're going to run the ball for a while. We're going to get that going, you know, again, reestablish that. And then maybe let our quarterback throw a little bit. But really, like I said, it's a fine line on whether or not you want to keep your guys in there. For how long do you want to keep them in there, you know. But, you know, it should be a good second half for you know, one of these two teams. Yeah. I'm not sure. Allen East, like I said, just needs some kind of shot in the arm.
Yep, that's the big adjustment for the halftime show for Allen East. For Bluffton, it'll be the gauge where that line is before starting to maybe think about further down the road. The pace of play or the competitive balance rules will be in effect after the halftime stoppage, but it's 36-0 Bluffton at halftime over Allen East. We'll come back with that second half kickoff next on WOSN. Second half of football at Bluffton's Harmon Field, and tonight's replays are brought to you by Rural First, the leader in rural lending. Rural First can help you live closer to what matters. Trevor Bassett in the house tonight here at Bluffton, just address the homecoming crowd. Olympian from the past supper, and one of Bluffton's heroes coming home here this weekend. Really neat to see, culminating on celebrating 100 years playing football, or 100 years of field's existence. So much for the community to rally around tonight.
Yeah, and you can see him trying to get the Bluffton Pirates football team, you know, give them a spark too and get them up off their feet. I don't think they need much of a spark at this stage, up 36-0. But, you know, like we talked about at halftime, this is going to be an interesting second half for both these squads. You know, who can do what. You know, Allen East needs a shot in the arm. Bluffton just needs to maintain right now and not get anybody hurt. It's the main thing for this Bluffton Pirate team.
And the Pirates will kick the football away to start the second half. Running clock will be in effect with the 30-plus point differential here starting the third quarter. Allen East with Hirschberger and Friesner back to return.
Now, they did kick to Hirschberger the last time on the kickoff, so maybe they're feeling a little more comfortable. But then again, you just saw them switch positions again.
And they go to Hirschberger. Here's the return. Trying to bounce it out, but can't get away from Blaine Hill as he spins down the returner. Here comes the Allen East offense.
Well, Keegan Jones was, I heard him say he was 6 for 7 or 7 for 8 in the first half, so it's not like he's not finding receivers. He's just not getting big yardage off of those catches as well, and he's had to run for his life in the backfield most of the night. You know, at least 2 red shirts are on him every time he goes back here, drops back to pass. So, you know, he's got to find a way. His offensive line's got to find a way to give him a little more protection.
As they roll out the first play of the second half. See what answers and adjustments they've made. Low pitch for Jacob Pinks, who's had a good football game for Allen East, but Noah Brickner catches up to him and drops him for a loss.
Yeah, Pinks had, I think, 6 carries in that first half, 29 yards, I believe. So he's gotten some positive yardage, just like I said, not big chunks of yardage, but he's gotten some positive yardage. He's also blocked 2 extra points, so he's had a pretty busy night for that young man.
They break huddle. Allen East yet to snap the ball on Bluffton's half of the field. They've been very close a couple of times, and those were just drives that stalled out near midfield. Here as they roll out, Jones had a man in the flat and throws long and it incomplete. Going for Deacon Jones.
Yeah, I think he's just got to get rid of the ball a little quicker than that. I think he may have had Deacon Jones open a little bit sooner than that, but he had to keep sprinting off to his left, try to get away from the defender, and then he had to let go of it at that point. But you know, I think if he let go of it a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance with Deacon Jones.
Third down for the Mustangs. Man goes in motion. And Keegan Jones looks to throw. He just lofts it up there, and it is caught. Jackson Friesner. Little wheel route and a prayer caught by the Mustangs. He'll be shy of midfield, and a player he is down. And they'll attend to the Mustang receiver. We'll step out here and take a quick timeout on WOSN. A big first down for Allen East. And Jackson Friesner quickly popped up and off on his own power. So first down, Allen East at the 46. One of their longest offensive plays of the football game tonight. And here's the snap. And caught by Hirschberger. And he breaks midfield, brought down. And there's a late flag. That's going to be a horse collar tackle.
Yeah, it was.
This will be the deepest down the field. Allen East is gone, and Bluffton's going to help him out a little bit further. Oh no, it's going to come from the other side. Going to be a hold against the Mustangs.
Wow. Tough break for Allen East after that great play they had just before that. That was a good positive yardage play, too, with Hirschberger.
And that kind of stomps on the flame a little bit. Here the Mustangs break huddle, and they'll regroup.
Deacon Jones wide to the side over here.
Clean pocket, another flag thrown in. And the pass is complete. Ethan Young had it. I think they're going to get Allen East with another hold. And they do.
Oh, 2 tough breaks there for Allen East. Just when it looks like they're really starting to get in a little bit of a groove here starting the second half.
So they had a pass play that got over midfield for the first time this evening. Penalty wiped that out. And another one will send them back even further, right around where the drive started.
Now you're looking at a 1st and 29.
Still first possession of the third quarter.
You try that same thing you tried on that first time you had it?
Jones with some time, good protection. Got to get rid of it. And
I think it was
a
caught.
narrow window, yeah. Might have been caught. Was he inbounds? Now it's Hirschberger over there, and they're going to give him credit for the catch. He had about a toothpick to stand on over there, and somehow able to secure that, get the feet in. You can see Hirschberger on your screen, or excuse me, not Hirschberger. They're going to give that to Jacob Pinks.
Yeah.
I didn't see the one on the other three, so thanks to the real first replay. And here's second down play, and Jones quickly flushed out of the pocket and dropped at the 42.
It looks like Jones is getting a little more time back here. His offensive line is giving him that time, you know, to make so he can make those kind of decisions. But he didn't have any of that kind of time in the first half at all, and he was just running for his life most of the time. But this time he's got a couple, you know, drop backs that he's had a couple of seconds to either look for his primary receiver or a secondary receiver.
Now they'll line it up third and long. Yep, 3rd and 14 on the board here. Keegan Jones, sophomore quarterback for Allen East. Nice look, but the throw is low. That was intended as Hirschberger's side of the field. So 4th down, clock continues to roll, and it'll be the first time Bluffton has the football in the second half. Up 36-0. 13-yard run by Tate Giesige got it started. Landed a Worcester, broke in from 4 yards away. Then a touchdown run of 17 yards on an end around to Noah Brickner. That was your first quarter touchdowns. Here's a fair catch called for Quinn Eachis. He has it. In the second quarter, Bluffton had Parker Lavelle find the end zone from 7 yards away. Then probably the offensive play of the night was the Tate Giesige to Griffin Stackhouse catch along the sideline. Stackhouse, he hit the juke button along the sideline and stayed in bounds after making the catch. His momentum taking him like he was gonna go out of bounds shy of the end zone. But great body control, got in for the score, then a 27-yard field goal at the end of the first half. Here's the first look for the Pirates with some of their regulars out there and going for it all, and incomplete. That route was not run all the way and incomplete. Probably an option there.
It looked like Stackhouse got held up a little bit there and kind of gave up on the route a little bit, but it shows you what Bluffton just coming right back out and throwing on the first down. They haven't thrown long too much tonight. They have thrown, 3 or 4 passes long.
Here's Worcester. And he knifes his way through. A flag comes in. And a second one comes down. Worcester with a great run. And we had a couple of linemen tangled up halfway through the run. It's going to be a hold against Bluffton. That'll wipe out the good gain from Worcester.
Well, that's 3 holding penalties already here in the third quarter. which with the running clock is already down to 3.5 minutes left. Allen East came out here in this second half, a little bit of spark. I mean, they got that big play off first down, but the 2 holding penalties kind of, just shot it down from that point on. But let's see once they get the ball back, whether or not they can keep that momentum a little bit.
Here's the handoff, Parker Lavelle, and he's going to get some of this back, and he is dragged down. Fistful of the jersey from Hirschberger to slow up his run. I think the Pirates got pretty much all that penalty yardage back right away.
Yeah, Parker Lavelle, really nice-looking running back for this Pirate team, and he's only a sophomore, 6 foot, 175 pounds.
Having a solid year, over 600 yards on the season. He gets the give here, makes a nice cut, and he gets stacked up short of the line to gain. See when they mark this down. It'll be 4th down for Bluffton at the 36. They needed the 37 and a half. One of those nights for the Pirates, everything went well in that first half. First time to touch it the second half, and they are going to be, looks like they're going to go for it, but they have not punted tonight. They have scored on every possession this evening. They're going to bring out the tee. Here's the give. Worcester. Lee's first down and more to the 45. And the Pirates, well, it looked like a defensive stop for the Mustangs. Not so fast.
No, we talked about Landon Worcester in the first half. He is their go-to guy when they need that short yardage situation. He has such power when he runs the ball, and he'll go straight at you. And you're going to have to tackle him really around the legs to knock him down.
Here's Noah Brickner on the end around. He found a crease, and he's got another Lee's first down, angled out of bounds. Look at this vision. Knifed his way through. Good blocking. And we have just over a minute to go here in the third quarter. That running clock is...
Really zips it along, doesn't it?
Time has evaporated here in the third. And of course, the first quarter went really quickly tonight, too, with all the running plays. And the second quarter only got jammed up due to a couple timeouts, and we got a flag. This one might go against the Mustangs for lifting a player. No, going to be a holding against Bluffton.
Wow.
Okay.
Racking up the holding penalties now here in the second half.
It's probably going to be an area on film as Bluffton looks to clean some things up heading into their regular season finale next week. And that'll definitely be watched on. Take on the Columbus Grove Bulldogs next week.
Yeah, the Bluffton was the least penalized team in the Northwest Conference coming into this. And they really were clean in the first half. They had a couple penalties, but that was it. But that's one thing when you're up 36-0, you got a running clock, is don't get complacent out there and you start racking up penalties and making mistakes.
They'll have a first down when we enter back for the fourth quarter. 3 in the books, 12 to go. And we'll be back after this on WOSN. Citizens National Bank is our quarter sponsor here as we enter the final frame of the evening. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com. Bluffton 36, Allen East 0 from Harmon Field tonight. And the Pirates with the football. Allen East had it just one time in the third quarter. And ended up punting back to Bluffton. The Pirates still on their first possession of the second half. And here's the give for Parker Lavelle, and he's hit in the backfield. And there comes a penalty flag after the play, some extracurricular activity. And it's one of those that's been brewing. And
yeah, the frustration's starting to build a little bit more. And that was Jacob Williams on that tackle.
And it's going to go against the Mustangs. And that will wipe out a significant obstacle for Bluffton. They were well behind the chains. Was going to be 2nd and 20, and now they get to march way back up to manageable here.
Well, that's one thing. If you're Allen East, you got to keep your emotions under attack right now because, yeah, you're down 36-0, and you really haven't been able to do too much in this game. But last thing you need is to rack up a bunch of penalties.
Catch and run for Brickner. He's going to have a Lee's first down. Take a look at it again on the rural first replay. Right in the flat, Brickner just turns.
Got long strides out there, too. He picks up some yardage really quickly. The versatility of this Bluffton offense is just amazing to watch. I mean, they got varying running backs and do different things. You got wide receivers with a lot of speed out there. And then you see Stackhouse has got some speed, but he's also got some maneuverability out there as well.
And we're going to get a timeout for the Bluffton Pirates. And we will take the stoppage as well. 10:04 left in our football game. Bluffton 36 and Allen East 0 from Harmon Field in Bluffton. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. 10-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Pirates had to convert a fourth down on this drive and continue to march forward. First carry of the night for Robbie Taylor. And the Bluffton offense keeps churning.
Another tackle for Jacob Pinks out there.
He's been all over the field on both sides for Allen East.
Yeah, he's worked his tail off tonight. There's no doubt about that. Offensively, defensively, blocking extra points. He's just been everywhere.
Yeah, 2 blocked PATs. That's where the 2 points are off the 5 touchdowns and a field goal math. Here's a 2nd and 11. And Gieseke with a give to Lavelle, a little delayed handoff, and he takes it to the house from 16 yards away. Second touchdown run for Parker Lavelle tonight.
Yeah, that was a fake handoff to Stackhouse, who was cutting across in front of the quarterback, and then he just handed it off to Lavelle, who found a big hole in the left side and took that right in there.
Our Spallinger Millwright touchdown. And now the point after going up for Bluffton. Jackson Braun has hit a field goal and all but 2 of his extra points tonight, and that will hold true. That brings the tally up to Bluffton 43 and Allen East 0. Take a brief timeout and return. Allen East getting the football back on WOSN. That last touchdown is brought to you by Spallinger Millwright Services. As a proud supporter of high school athletics, the team at SMS offers quality products from fabrication to installation, located on Hanthorne Road and online at Spallinger.com. And our scoreboard tonight is thanks to Webb Insurance Agency, serving Lima and Allen County for more than 100 years with offices in downtown Lima and Bluffton.
You get all 4 of them.
And the kickoff is in the air, returned by the Mustangs. And Hirschberger slipped through there. It's a dangerous return man, and almost had some daylight.
Well, you know, how they started switching those guys. Just before the kick, they would switch the two of them because they were, kicking away from Hurstberger the whole first half. So they started switching, and now he's been able to run back for kickoffs a couple of times, and he's had some nice kickoff returns.
And so the Allen East offense marches back out from the 33. There's a give and a good run. It's coming from Miles McDormand, and McDormand down the sideline trying to break up the shutout and almost lost the football. Heck of a run. And it looked like Leighton Miller down there stopping the Mustangs, Miller.
And Miller able to get around the blocker that was leading McDormand down the field down there.
This will be the first snap in Pirate territory for Allen East's offense tonight, because they're going to try to break up the shutout. McDormand slightly in motion, gets the pitch, and the ball's on the ground.
Look out.
And McDormand wisely just falls on top of it. See where this one went wrong. And now 2nd and long. Last year's matchup between the two, right about where it is right now, 42-0 for Bluffton a year ago. And a series that's been pretty even historically.
It was a nice play if he was able to hang on to that ball.
Here's the snap and the straight give to McDormand. He had a good opening and wrestled it down. Sawyer Bowling, one of the first ones there for Bluffton. And Dylan Painter involved too. We're just past halfway home in this 4th quarter. And the Mustangs set up a 3rd down and 8.
You got a lot of fresh uniforms out there for Bluffton right now.
And here's the give, and McDormand dances on through into the end zone for the touchdown. A 12-yard score for the Allen East Mustangs. Look at that block thrown right there to open up the floodgates. And a Spullinger Millwright touchdown takes that 0 off the board for Allen East.
Like I said, you see a lot of new red shirts out there for Bluffton, and Allen East took advantage of it.
Here's Travis Stanley to kick it away, left footer. And he fires that one through the uprights. McDormand, his 7th touchdown rush of the year, has Allen East on the board. We'll take the timeout and have the ensuing kickoff when we come back on WOSN. Back at Harmon Field, where our premier sponsor for the Allen East Mustangs is R.D. Jones Excavating, serving your excavating needs for more than 50 years. Visit R.D. Jones Excavating online to set up your next excavation project for your home or business. Good luck to all area athletes. Go Mustangs! 43-7 is your score in the 4th quarter, and the final just under 5 minutes getting started here. Ball scooped up and returned, and a good one by Blaine Hill. And he's
still
beyond
going.
midfield and ridden down into the Allen East bench.
Blaine Hill, a sophomore, 5'9", 153 pounds, and he carried at least 3 Allen East guys with him.
Hefty return. And the Pirate offense will get some new faces as they'll send out a good chunk of the 2nd unit. Quarterback will be Jacob Weaver. a freshman at the controls now. And for the Pirates, handoff goes immediately to Leighton Miller, but he has nowhere to go. Excuse me, that is Dylan Painter, nowhere to go for the Pirates. Dropped for a loss. And for the Allen East defense, looks like a kind of mixed in, a couple of regulars in now, but mostly some younger players in the football game now for Allen East.
That was Braylon Paxton on that last tackle.
Yeah, that might be the last time we call his name tonight.
Yep, I think so.
So here Bluffton was second down. Weaver, he'll keep it on the quarterback sneak. Spins off a tackle, and then he is ripped down to the turf. Strong tackle for Allen East.
Yeah, a lot of changes out there.
Yep. Trying to keep track of them for us. They get some changes defensively now for Allen East. And Bluffton being very deliberate on the offensive side. And they will improve to 9-0 and remain unbeaten in the Northwest Conference, and lining up another colossal battle with Columbus Grove next week. The big things for Bluffton this year, they're still looking for their first conference title. There you see that remaining schedule. Their conference title chase for the first time since 2005. And a penalty flag comes down.
Maybe delay a game on that one there.
That'll back up Bluffton just a tick more. And you look back at Pirate history, you know, a lot of success in the 50s, 60s, and on ahead. They had 4 conference titles in the 90s.
Had a state runner-up in
they
91.
did. Yes, they did. 91. 98 to 2000, they ended the decade well. But then they went from 1977 to 1990, the year before that state runner-up run. 14-year span, a drought without a conference title. And it's a little bit longer than that now. You're approaching the 20-year mark. But if there's any group equipped to change that, it's been this one.
Oh, absolutely.
They have got from every phase, from what we've been able to tell tonight, from the starting in the trenches. The big guys up front get it started offensively, allows that ground game to really settle in, opens up the passing game. You know, their quarterback's still a sophomore, but is pretty comfortable.
They're about as complete a team as you can imagine. But you look at them and then you think, well, they got Columbus Grove next week, who's also, you know, undefeated right now and have been rolling over people as well. So.
And there's a muffed punt. Ball's on the ground. I think Allen East grabbed the football. They did, but that was the first punt from Gabe Meza tonight, and the Mustangs hold on to the ball. Just under 1 minute left to go in the football game. And what has been, aside from a couple of really strong plays for the Mustangs halfway through this fourth quarter, it's been all Bluffton other than that.
Yeah, Allen East took advantage of some new faces for Bluffton out there on their scoring drive, and now it's just a matter of just running out the rest of this last 57 seconds. But Allen East is not out of it. They got one more game to go.
Yep.
You know, they were sitting 15th in Division 6, Region 22, so they on the cusp of making it into the playoffs. So they still got a lot to play for next week.
You see that next contest with Fort Loramie to wrap up the regular season. Ethan Woodruff takes the snap at quarterback, and they give there the rush for Stephen Emmerich. And the Mustangs do not have to run another play. 20 seconds to go, and
I elected not to do it.
Yep. Just that one snap is all that they needed, but a whale of a ball game tonight from the Bluffton Pirates to improve to 9-0. They will take aim at a perfect regular season in that coveted Northwest Conference title 1 week from tonight as they improve to 6-0 in the league. Here's your final score tonight from Harmon Field, 43-7. Be back momentarily on WOSN. Hello, one more time from Harmon Field in Bluffton. Pirates victorious tonight, 43-7. A late touchdown for Allen East takes the shutout away, but the Pirates improved to 9-0 on the year. Allen East drops to 4-5 on the campaign. And it's time now for our Stolly Insurance Hustle Award winner. Check out the highlights of tonight's Stolly Hustle Award winner on the WOSN YouTube page. And sorry, they didn't make it easy on us tonight. But our winner is.
We're going to go with the quarterback for Bluffton, Tate Giesich, because if you look at it, like I said, it did make it easy on us. Everybody was scoring from Bluffton, all the running backs and everything else, and Giesich even got in a couple rushing score himself, and threw for a touchdown pass. But he is the commander of the ship for this Bluffton Pirate team, and there is no doubt about that. And he runs the offense. He can take off with the ball whenever he wants to. He's a great running back as well as being the quarterback. So everything that you need in a quarterback is in that young man right there, and he can take this team a long way into the playoffs.
And just a sophomore, and was involved in 2 more touchdowns tonight. That runs his total up now to 30 scores on the year, either passing or rushing. So congratulations to Tate Giesige, our Stolly Hustle Award winner here tonight. That'll all but wrap it up for us this evening. The Pirates dominant. They'll get Columbus Grove again next week to wrap up the regular season, which should be an exciting finish to the Northwest Conference slate.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely will be. And like we said about Allen East, they still got a lot to play for. They were 15th in the region coming into this one. They've got one more game to go. They got a lot to, on the line next week for them. So don't hang your heads if you're Mustangs right now, because, keep them up. You got to finish off the season.
We roll on out of here. A couple of thank yous to throw along. Thanks to the athletic director, Alex Hanna, here at Bluffton High School. Of course, our sponsors tonight: Lima Chevrolet Cadillac, Web Insurance Agency, Roll First, Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, Metzger's Financial Services, Citizens National Bank, Spollinger Millwright, Springfield Fireworks, Jones Excavating, and Stolly Insurance. Thanks to our crew getting us on and making us sound good and getting it back to you. And Jennifer Beck, Megan Sherrick, Jonathan Young, he's Darn Evergall, and I'm Garrett Mansfield. We're saying good night from Harmon Field, where the Pirates winners 43-7 from Bluffton, right here on WOSN.